Hello, everybody. Fursade again. Now, before we start, I just want to say that season one, yes, this is season one of Fursade, is almost over. It's not almost like, okay, there's only one episode left. No, there's only a few episodes left in season one, so we're just gonna continue on until we eventually get to the end. I just want to let y'all know that it's almost over, and then season two will come out sometime next year. I'm not sure. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So last we left off, the one was looking for something to do, and in doing that, he came across the mastery totem, which he, for some reason, turned down. He went to go see Faucilla, and Faucilla taught him how to permanently use his shadow wing form. At the same time, Lord X found out his wife was assassinated, and his rage and grief caused him to accept the bonding ritual with the fear curse, and that led to the Lord X we all know and love. All right, now we go from there. So the one has just been hanging out with Faucilla because really he's got nowhere else to go. Like he doesn't have a home. He's just kind of been with Faucilla this whole time. And one day when he's training with Faucilla's like, if you want any hope of taking down Singularity, you're gonna need a healing technique, because we all know Singularity himself is strong, but Hellfire Singularity could decimate the one in this current state. So Faucilla's like, hey, a healing technique would boost your chances in defeating him, because you won't have to worry about health and like durability and stuff. And the one is like, okay, yeah, I see what you're coming from, and yeah, I do agree. I should probably learn a healing technique if I'm going to take down Singularity. So the one agrees, and he's like, okay, so who should I consult in learning healing techniques? And Faucilla's like, well, Arctic might know a few. I mean, she's the Ice Queen, so Faucilla's like, talk to Arctic. Maybe she knows a thing or two. So the one is like, okay, yeah, I'll go to Frozen Kingdom, talk to Arctic. So he flies out of the Floating Mountains and heads to the Frozen Kingdom. At the same time, Lord X has completed the bonding ritual with the fear curse, and he's just angry, and he's ready to kill the one. So, okay, so we're gonna put Lord X to the side and focus on the one for now. So, the one lands in the Frozen Kingdom, and he goes into Arctic's throne room, and he's like, yo, Arctic, Faucilla recommended that I go come to you to learn a healing technique if I'm gonna take down Singularity. And Arctic's like, oh, okay, you're here for that. Okay, I can help you out with that. So Arctic takes him to the training room, and she teaches him frost healing. So frost healing basically, not only it increases your endurance, but it also gives you more health and weakened status effect. So the one, after some time, the one learns frost healing, and he's like, okay, thank you, Arctic, thank you. He pays Arctic for her time, and Arctic's like, okay, anytime, one, and remember, if you need anything else, just come back, okay? So the one's like, okay, yeah, I will come back, and he leaves the Frozen Castle. And on his way out, he's greeted by Lord X, the new Lord X, the Fear Curse Lord X, and the one is like, Lord X, what are you doing here? And he's like, and Lord X doesn't say anything. So one is like, well, hey, I like the new look, but still, why are you here? Are you coming to apologize for blaming me for shit? And as he says that, Lord X just rushes his shit, bro. Like, they start fighting, so Lord X rushes towards the one, and the two start fighting and are tearing apart the Frozen Kingdom, because it's Lord X now, he doesn't know what he's doing. And the one is like, whoa, Lord X, chill. I know you think I did something bad, but this is uncalled for. Like, leave Arctic's kingdom out of this. And Lord X, again, doesn't say anything because he's not in control of his actions anymore. The fear curse is. And so they're just going at it, and Arctic eventually comes out and is like, what the hell is going on? And she sees the one getting decimated out there. And she's like, not he. Arctic's not a he. And Arctic's like, oh my god, this guy. What does he want? So the one and Lord X continue fighting, and the one does have the upper hand. Yeah, the one eventually knocks Lord X down. So, and the one is like, hey, okay, stop fighting. Hold on. Sorry for that cut. Something happened. Anyway, so Lord X is like, stop. Lord X, stop. This is not uncalled for. You don't need to do this right now. Leave Arctic out of this. We can settle this. And Lord X looks up at the one and finally speaks, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you. You have done everything to me. I'm gonna kill you now. So Lord X uses his first move when he got from the Fear Curse, called Vanquish. I'm not gonna explain what that does. So he basically hits Lord X with Lord X hits the one with Vanquish and knocks him back, and he's like, okay, at least I tried. And Arctic appears to help out the one, and he's like, Lord X, stop. What are you doing? And Lord X is like, you're helping that traitor. Why did I think you would be any help? So Lord X is like, you're all just against me. You're all just planning against me at this point. And Lord X does the unthinkable. He hits Arctic. Yes. Lord X himself. That wasn't a Fear Curse action. Lord X himself did that. And the one is like, okay. You can hit me. You can knock me down. But if you involve Arctic in this, that's a problem. So the one grabs Lord X and they fly out to a clearing, so as to not cause further damage to Arctic's kingdom. So the one and Lord X are just going at it for like hours too, because Lord X refuses to give up. And the two continue for a while until Lord X is saved by the second, and together the one and the second, they both manage to force Lord X to retreat. And the one is like, thanks second, but what provoked him to do that? I just want to know. And the second is like, well, you did lie to him about killing his second in command. And the one's like, okay, maybe I did that, but that doesn't warrant killing me. And so the one and the second are just kind of standing there confused. And they were like, well, and the one is like, okay, well, at least I got what I came for. I'll have to apologize to Arctic and help her out with the kingdom. So the second is like, yeah, you might want to go do that. So the one agrees and flies back to Arctic's kingdom to help out. The second promptly goes away until season 2. And that's it for the one right now. We're gonna go back to Lord X. So Lord X flees into another clearing. And the Fear Curse is like, okay, you're obviously not strong enough to fight him now. And Lord X is like, I know. I've taught him all this, so obviously he's stronger now. And so the Fear Curse is like, hey, I may not be able to access memories on this divine shadow, but there's nothing stopping us from making our own technique. And so the Fear Curse gives fractions of its power to Lord X, and that creates the Hatred technique. So basically, the Hatred technique is like, you get stronger based on how much you hate someone. And so, because Lord X thinks that the one killed his second in command and killed his wife, he hates the one, so the technique is strong as is. So Lord X is like, yeah, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. I'm going to kill that traitor. And the Fear Curse is like, yes, you will. And this entire time, the Singularity has been feeding on Lord X's negative emotions, and he's like, yes, keep doing this. Singularity's like, yeah, if this continues, I'll get my Hellfire Demon form in no time, because he needs negative energy to create Hell energy, which powers the Hellfire Demon. So the Singularity is pleased about this, but Emperor Xenophans is like, when are we gonna kill this man? Because like they made an agreement to kill Lord X in 1, so the Singularity is like, hey, patience. We're gonna kill off Lord X, and once we kill off Lord X, we'll kill the one. Don't worry. And so Emperor Xenophans is like, all right, fine, we got this. And that wraps up chapter. Is this chapter 10? I think this is chapter 10 now. We're already. This is either chapter 9 or chapter 10. I don't remember anymore. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this chapter. I hope you enjoyed if you made it this far. And that's it, yeah. I'll see you all next time. This has been your host, Fursade. Thank you, and good night.